Now let's talk about horizontal and vertical lines. Let's switch this again. Alright, a horizontal line. That's a horizontal line. Vertical line. That's a vertical line. Okay? What's the slope of this line? The slope of a horizontal line will always be 0. Always. Okay? No matter what, it's 0. It's not rising anywhere, it's not running anywhere. Now it gets a little difficult here. A vertical line is what's considered undefined or has no slope, okay? And this is just something you guys have to memorize. A vertical line will always be undefined, horizontal line will always be no slope. Or I'm sorry, horizontal line will always be 0. Undefined or no slope, okay? Horizontal line will always be 0, okay? Now let's talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines are lines that run along together. Okay? Those are all examples of parallel lines. Now what's special about these lines is they will never cross each other, okay? These two lines will never cross at any point. These two lines will never cross at any point. These two lines will never cross. They all have the same slope, okay? Now a perpendicular line can look like this, could look like this, could look like this, okay? Now a perpendicular line will always cross, but it won't just cross, it always crosses at a 90-degree angle. So this angle, these angles are 90 degrees each, 90 degrees, all these angles here, 90 degrees, okay? So just remember that they'll always cross at a 90-degree angle. A right slope and y-intercept. Right slope is basically a line that crosses at the origin. And what an origin is, this is the origin. The ordered pair 0, 0. Okay? That's the origin. So that's a right slope, right slope, right slope, right slope. Anything that crosses at the origin is considered a right slope. Okay? The y-intercept is any time a line crosses right here at the y-axis. So lines like this would be your y-intercept, y-intercept, y-intercept. Okay? Whenever it crosses at the y-axis. Plain and simple. Now slope-intercept form is basically the equations that we're going to be finding out for these lines. And like with this y-intercept, it's best to start there. When you're determining your slope, you want to start here, okay? So, the equation, y equals mxb. This is the big equation, all right? Start a new piece again. Plus b. Okay? So, basically, we're always going to be solving for y. This is always going to be y equals, okay? M is our slope. X is just a variable. That will always be x. And b is our y-intercept, where our line's going to be crossing the y-axis, okay? So, let's get an easy one here. This is how we're going to write our equation. We'll have a line, a dot there, and a dot up here. Okay, here's our line. So let's fill this in. First, let's find out our y-intercept or our b, because that's the easiest thing. All right, so let's say this is 0, -3. So our y-intercept is going to be -3. Okay, now all we have to do is find our slope, and then our equation's done. So our slope, let's say this point right here is, let's say it's 1, 2. Okay? So to get up to 1, it's going to take us, or I'm sorry, to 2, it's going to take us 3, 4, 5. Okay? And our run is simply 1. So 5 over 1, or 5x. So our final equation is y equals 5x minus 3. Okay? Does everyone see this? Now, you want another example? Okay, I'm going to do one more example, okay? I'm going to do one that doesn't cross at the y-intercept. Alright, let's say we have a point here. Alright, let's just draw our line first. Okay, but the only 2 points we know are right here. So this point is, let's say, 2, 0. And this point over here is, let's say, 4, 3. Okay, so we can find our slope here easy. We don't know this pair, even though that's an easy number to find, but we can find our slope. Okay, so to get our rise, we needed to go up 3, and we needed to go over 2. So our slope is 3 over 2x, okay? And our y, simply find this point. It's always going to start off at 0, because it's at the y-intercept. So it's about 0, negative 2. So that's our y-intercept. 3 over 2x minus 2. Did that clear things up? Is it easier to understand? Okay. Well, pretty soon here I'm going to be giving you a bunch of examples we can do with our dry erase boards. Okay. So any other questions or comments? Any questions? Oh, so you all understand this stuff, huh? I don't believe it. It's okay. All right. I'm going to do a little review though. I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions. First of all, does anybody know what a line is now? Okay, a line connects 2 points. Anything that connects 2 points. Good job. Okay. What about a perpendicular line? Okay. Right, but just remember, it crosses, but it has to cross at a 90-degree angle. That is imperative, okay? So remember that point. Okay, do parallel lines ever cross? No? Okay. Let's see. That's another good question. What is slope? Okay, good. Determines the line slant. Alright. Now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to pass out those dry erase boards, and we're going to do a little practice before class ends. I'm just going to give you all some basic questions. And then tomorrow we're going to do some review, and we will have a quiz, okay? So, and also I will assign homework tonight. Okay? So, let's get out our dry erase boards and let's do a little practice.